Yo, so episode 3, Hell to the Knot podcast. This is Mad Genius, and that word has multiple meanings. As in mad genius, as in somebody who's viewed as crazy. He's a mad genius. Or when you do something so extraordinary, man, that's mad genius right there. Like, it's mad genius what you did. Many meanings, many layers. But on this episode, numero tres, on episode 3 of the Hell to the Knot podcast, not too long ago, under my rapping name, which I have a couple, but under Break Their Heart and Trap Savant, I made a tape called Ivy League. And that tape had so many different meanings behind it. But one of the tracks that I had on there was called Prison State of Mind. Now, Prison State of Mind, that song came about because, like I said, I wanted to incorporate my allegories, my philosophies, my parables, and bring that into the genre of hip-hop, because I felt like hip-hop has stagnated. It became just more club-orientated, as if we're celebrating a victory, right? As if we're not still being gunned down, all right? Why are we making club music? It's like, it reminded me of, the Scary Movie where niggas is just, out in the cabin having fun and Jason show up. You know what I'm saying? If you're a black man, this is a Holocaust we facing. So why did the predominant sound of oppression, which is hip-hop, it spoke for it, why did it become club-based? Because a few niggas got some money, right? And then became gatekeepers, not letting anybody in, only bringing in their brothers and sisters and homies, right? The art started to die because now they weren't, like how they got found. They were not now doing the same thing, right? To discover the next voice. It's not saying they're the only voice, they're the next one. Someone who's going to speak from our perspective. Because when I rap, I'm not rapping for anyone that already doesn't like us. I'm rapping for our children, right? I'm also speaking for the OGs in the room, the real ones, right? So then they know where my headspace is at. Like, yo, we helped raise this young boy. Now he's becoming a young man. He came from us, right? I started to recognize that in our community, we don't respect our elders. You know how I respected my elders? I listen to the words. And then the way that I speak should be a reflection of those elders, right? It should be a reflection of the knowledge that I instilled in myself, right? That a lot of which, some of it came from them, right? And then what I did to progress myself, because then I wanted to pass that knowledge on, which is what it's like when you co-sign someone. It's almost like saying, yo, be an ambassador for this thing we call hip-hop. This is, I'm showing you the difference between hip-hop as a business versus hip-hop as a religion. When I rap, hip-hop is my religion, right? So I'm not talking to you businessmen, be you black or white. You don't matter in this conversation, right? Hip-hop is a religion. It goes all the way back to Africa. This is how, within even my tribal system, I might have mentioned it in a song before, we would have people who would sing or rap, and they would just use the drum as the bass rhythm, and they would rap our past, our present, our future, and where we was gonna go, right? It was prophecy. So it doesn't, when you have now in America and the instrumentals have evolved, the drum was always there, right? The drum was what connected you to Africa, right? But when you look at some of the greatest poets in rap, they spoke on those things, right? You was doing what you was naturally already born to do, right? And then you increase your own gifts by, spending time in the booth, right? So I started to recognize the problem worldwide now because of capitalism. There is no respect for the black elder unless he has money. But it's not respect of him, it's just respect of his money, right? Now, because we don't have that, we have a lost generation, many lost generations, because there is no respect for our elders. You know, the elders that I respect in our house, it ain't just the ones with billions, it's the ones that are honest, that are true. That's what it means to be real. To be in this war, to know it, and to not want to spite your brother or lie to them, right, or mislead them. That is what respect is. I respect that more than a motherfucker who has billions, but it's not corporatized. They don't say nothing for nothing, right? You know, if that's what you want to do, hey, do what you do. You don't have to be with us. See, the thing is, when we say we black, and the whole world says we black, regardless if you from Northern Africa, Southern Africa, East or West, they say, yo, that's black people, right? That's Africans, right? Or be you in America, black people, be you in Europe, Germany, all of that. If you black, if you have melanin, you known as black, right? The thing with what we're confused with is we like to separate white people. No, Arabs are white. Just like Europeans are white, Americans are white, Hispanic people are white. They all belong to the same white culture. Asian people are white. That's why they don't fuck with us. Because we're black. Like, there's many thousands of languages in Africa, but what are we considered as? Black. We're considered Africans, all of us. So why is it that we like to differentiate people who are pale in complexion? They're all white, right? You have to understand that. So now when it comes to fighting over, I'm not going to fight over where they got the religion from. It's theirs. It is what it is. It's theirs. Let's just call it that. But Christianity is white. Islam is white. Judaism is white. They're all white religions. So why are black people now in the middle of white wars? Because when I see, just like today, I saw Putin go shake hands with the Ayatollah of Iran. I see two white men shaking hands. What do you see? You like to say, oh, that's an Arab man and that's a Russian. No, two white people. Because if they saw any black person from Africa coming over here to America, shaking a black man's hand and making moves together, oh, those are two black people. Regardless if we're even divided by countries or even language. Right? So you need to have the same understanding when it comes to what white people are. Right? Now, when I say there is when it comes to white culture, they have a line of respect for each other because they own the businesses, right? So those children are not disrespectful because I got to get a job, right? I got to get in this position. I got to do this. So they have a line of succession, right? But when it comes to black culture, because we don't have what? Black businessmen like that, black businesswomen, we have a line of what? Separation. We don't respect the elders because you're like, nigga, you work at a plant. I don't respect that. I only respect billionaires. That's capitalism, my nigga. I'm going to let you know that right now. So now we live in a world where the people who are supposed to be the elders of the house, they're just businessmen. They're just lawyers. They have no understanding of what it means to be a true leader, right? Because now I have to judge them on face value on their own laws. Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, right? All men are created equal. That's not real because they don't even follow that line of truth at the judicial level, at the executive level, and at the legislative. They don't follow any of that when it comes to us, right? So I make it real simple for you. The few times I went to jail because the judge said I was guilty of something, right? And I just went in, I either pleaded guilty or I said, no contest. Hey, I'm going to let you decide what, They're like, oh, you can spend this money and get out of jail. Nah, I'm going to stay in here. If it's a week, if it's 2 weeks, I'll just stay in here. And then I'll get out. But the few times I went to prison, right? Prison is a reality. It is a reality of what is going on outside. So when you get into prison, you have a little table with a chessboard on there with little pieces. It's almost like saying, nigga, the chess game is real. It's really in front of you, depending on your state and all that. Other prison states is more violent than others, right? But when you get in there, you understand real quick, yo, I'm in my cell. When I walk outside the commissary, I only know myself. Unless you run into like an old high school homie, somebody from the blocks, maybe you joined up in a gang. But it becomes real divided real quick. It's usually blacks with blacks, whites with whites, Asians with Asians, Hispanic with Hispanic, and the list goes on. Natives with natives, right? It's usually divided amongst racial lines, right? Now, you might call all these white races something different. They all see themselves as brothers. Brothers against blacks. Let's call it facts, right? They're all white. They're other than black. If you're other than black, you're white, right? So when you're in prison, they all work together. But then there's gonna be how you might think, oh, these motherfuckers ain't white. They're not Aryans. They're not Klan members. No, they're white. That's just the skin complexion that you never even think about, because you think, oh, they ain't the same shit as us. Nah, no, it's different oceans for different people, right? So, in that world, who do you think the correctional officers is usually loyal to? Because a lot of the times correctional officers is white, just like police officers is white, just like judges predominantly is white, right? Who do you think they're more loyal to in there? Who are they really looking out for, right? That's the chess game. Now, in prison, and this is why I wrote Prison State of Mind, you have your cell block. It's like your house. It's your apartment, right? It's where you breathe. It's where you feel the safest, because you can lock the door and you somewhat got control of it. If you got a bunkie, maybe y'all get along. Maybe y'all from the same set, right? But you can only trust them as far as as far as you can throw, the moon away, right? You can only trust them that far. But it gives you some sort of familiarity, right? But then when you come out of your cell, you're in the commons area, right? Commons area is the community. It's where everything is in there. It might not be a whole cell block where it's just white inmates or black inmates, right? It might be other chess pieces in there, right? Y'all might be mixed up like crayons, right? But there is predominantly one chess piece that everyone is against. That's the black crayon. All the other colors are considered white, all right? So that's the commons area, right? And then you have the commissaries where you can get your food and all that stuff. You have the cafeteria. You got the yard to go outside, but you can only go but so far because of the fencing, right? Now let's say while you're in there, you meet other inmates, right? These other inmates are other survivalists out here, They got different jobs, some legal, some illegal. But you learn something from these people, and, going to prison, depending on where you go, it's like going to school. It's like going to Ivy League, right? You can make many connections, many professors, many PhD-worthy, master-worthy, bachelors in their arts and craft at that stage. And when they go in there, they can hone their skill and come out even a bigger monster, right? To survive in a world of monsters, because that's what capitalism is. It's a world of monsters, right? It's a world of monsters. That's what capitalism is, right? Now, as you're here learning, there's many different degrees you can learn. And then one of those is somebody like me, right? A lot of the times, there are people that, they know the spiritual state, but they're reading a white religion. It might be Islam, it might be Christianity, it might be Judaism. That's what they're going to teach you, right? I don't do that. I reference those books because a lot of it has history behind it, but a lot of that history is written by the victor. You get what I'm saying? So, so when I teach somebody, I teach you about yourself. Teach you about your own greatness, right? I don't teach you to be a slave. I don't teach you to be inferior. Like, you at this stage of your development, I was there too, right? That's how every conversation, and I learn from other people too, because there might be something in which they have higher understanding in and experience in than me, and they could teach me something. So the conversation becomes our chessboard. But we're playing chess to enlighten each other, right? I'm not playing chess to destroy you. But by me teaching you something new, I destroy what you once knew. It destroys, it collapses. And then from those rebels, you rise up a new man, a new woman, right? You learn yourself, That's what you got to do. You got to learn yourself. This game, religion is led by the blind. It's the blind leading the blind. That's what religion is. And they tell you have faith. It's the blind leading the blind. You can find some truth in it, but ultimately I can't trust the people who brought me into this world. My mother, my father, my cousin, my sisters, my aunties, my uncles, the people in my community, right? I can't trust the police, the judge, the presidents, the principals, right? The richest people, the kings and queens. I can't trust that. But why am I going to trust a book when I don't even know the motherfuckers that wrote it or where its true source of origin? Why would I trust that, right? Turn on your TV right now. You can't even trust the television, right? You can't even trust the television. But the first television you got, the first programming you got was the Bible or the Quran or this, right? And like I said, some of it is factual, but a lot of it is what? It's covered up. All right? But that was your first television. It was the book. It painted your mind. It programmed you. It gave you prophecies. It gave you hope. Rely on that hope, and now you got to realize I got to start understanding the world myself because things have changed since that book was written. Right now, to elaborate on my prison allegory, right? When you come out of prison, you're just now in a much bigger yard, right? Maybe you get an apartment, maybe you got a house, maybe you got family members, maybe you living out on the streets, but now you got a new home, right? Your apartment becomes your new cell block. You only trust yourself. Maybe you got a significant other, and you could only trust them by so much, right? But now you got your own cell outside, right? Outside of prison, so now you think you free, you in the clear. Now, my nigga, when you come out of that apartment, you in the new commons area. There's other chess pieces, black, white, brown, purple, whatever. But it's the same principle applies. Police is now the new correctional officers where you was just in. But they roaming looking for black pieces, predominantly. Looking for black pieces on the chessboard, right? That's who they predominantly coming for. So they looking out for their fellow white members. Anything other than black is closer to us than it's white, right? So as you moving through the new commons, now your yard is your city. Some of you probably got bread. You could fly to another city, right? But a lot of the times people is stuck within their own city. That's your yard. You can only go but so far, right? You got your cell, you got your yard, you can go to Walmart, you can go to the mall, right? That's the commons area to buy shit, right? If you got something going on at your apartment in your cell block, right? Somebody gets shot, you get stabbed, you get robbed, you can ring up the correctional officers, call the police, right? And handle that however many different ways, or decide not to call them and handle it how the streets go, right? Outside becomes the new prison, but the same rules apply. It's everybody versus the black piece. And see, now within the black pieces, we have what would be considered the house niggas. They've been baptized, religious lies. They've been washed away. They look like us. They talk like us. They say they down with us, but they're really working for the man. All right? They're really working for the man. And when I see them with, if I see you with a cross or even a crescent moon or any of that stuff on, I don't judge you no way. I just know where your mindset is at, right? I'm just like, all right, I realized where he's still at, because at one point in time I was part of that cult, right? I was still under that umbrella of white God, right? Because you know how black God operates. Black God operates, I am God, so are my children. That's how black God operates. I am God, so are my children. Why would I make them anything less than me? Right? So that's why I started to step away from those religions, because they don't have that same mentality. Right? They kill anyone that has that mindset, i.e. Jesus, because he called himself God. Right? So black God operates that way. I am God, so are my children. Right? But now within our own chessboard, we taking out the weeds, because anything that does not operate with how black God operates is a weed to us. We know who you are, right? You can preach your religion around us. You can talk it. We might have a debate, or I might not even care to iterate. Let you do what you does, but you know where that religion came from, nigga. It was the same motherfucker that was killing and beating and raping your ancestors. Why would I rep that shit? Why would I? That's the mentality. That's where you got it from, right? But I get it. You got to survive in this prison because it is a prison, right? Just like when you in jail, nigga, it's tight. You can get raped and be somebody's bitch, right? And you got to hold their pocket publicly, right? It's out here now. When you rep that religion, you saying I'm holding your pocket. That's what that means. Especially to those that are considered the elders. Like, you can forgive the children, right? They still got seasons to go in this prison called outside. They still got seasons to go. But to the elders that know what goes on when the sun comes down amongst the different colors, come on now, you already know what time it is. You got to hold that pocket, right? So go ahead, rep that religion. That's what that means. Go ahead, rep that religion. Go ahead, put that chain on, nigga. You got that shit tatted on you. Go ahead. Right? Now, that's your own free will, nigga. Do what you does. Right? We just talking honestly. So, as you moving on out here, then you begin to realize, oh, the police is only looking out for certain factions. They're gunning down certain factions. Right? It's because they want to control the prison. Right? Now, I live in Nebraska, which is the heartland of America. There's a reason they call it the heartland. This is where all the magic goes down, right? A lot of you think the most dangerous cities is where niggas is gunning down each other. No, that's the cities where they're beating us because niggas is too stupid to understand where they're at in reality, right? That's where that's where they got you killing yourself. That's a chessboard cannibalizing itself. You know what cannibalism is, right? That's what they got y'all doing. A chessboard that is cannibalizing itself. That is what you're doing. You're not raising yourselves up. Anytime you see one of your homies got something that he put on to make himself feel happy, like some shoes or a shirt or some shit, you want to rob him for it. Shoot, if you want to rob somebody, then go to the store that got that shit. If you want to be that dumb to lose your life over material, go to the store that got that shit on the rack, nigga. Be brazy that way. So, as the prison goes, Nebraska is the heartland of America because this is where all the covens are at. Hence why they got me here. I move alone solo dolo all day, every day. Those that I try to teach this mindset coming up as a young kid, as a young OG, right? When I really took that pivotal step and I was actually going somewhere with this mentality. I was evolving, right? And my power was manifesting. In reality, the prison was shifting around me, right? My own homies was the one shooting at my heart. You know, we know what that means, you know, the look that you get, man, it bites you right in your heart. Oh, so you got that spirit on you, huh? You got that other side on you, huh? Either they conquered you or you gave up that shit, that fight willingly, nigga. All right. Well, I don't need to associate with you because when I bring this whole prison down, hence why I didn't waste time grabbing a gun to go smoke you. When I bring this whole prison down, may you live long with them because it's falling as we speak, nigga. These are spiritual states. This is energy state. When you're in energy and you are wholly together, don't matter if they hit you with the sixth eye. None of that shit matter. That's sixth dimension, nigga. I come from a higher plane of consciousness and I elevated myself there. So when I say I come from it, when I speak, when I got to move on to armies, I'm coming from a different state that you don't know. So, the reason I bring that up is now there is two distinct black men in the world. There's the ones that are connected to Africa that are real. But like I said, there's also dirtbags in Africa too. Right? But you connected to your roots. The roots of being real. Wherever you're at in the world. But when you're real, you're surrounded by snakes. You're surrounded by liars. You're surrounded by people who are thieves of the soul. Because that's what it means to be real. You got a soul. right? So you held on to your soul in this prison. You weren't willing to sell anybody to what, to be part of the party. What party, nigga? Niggas, they're dying. So we become the hearts that they got to eat on. See, now there is a distinct. There is the kingdom of heart and the heartless. And the heartless is soulless. We got a soul, we got hearts, we got a mind, we like to think, we like to congratulate each other. They don't. Anytime one of them succeeds, they pray death on that person that did better than them. Because they really living 24 hours away from chaos, from dying. You know, and it's kind of crazy to me to see how those who like to deal death are afraid of dying. Baffles the mind. You like dealing death out like it's a poker game. But then when it comes to you dying, you want to pull somebody else down with you. A whole nation, a whole world. Nah, in my darkest hour when I was getting ready to die, and it felt like I was dying, I faced that monster alone. I didn't throw the baby in front of it and say, take the baby. Right? I faced it however I had to face it. So in this prison state, you know, I started to recognize that, yes, when it comes to how white people operate, they're only respecting the money that they have. You know, it's not really a true respect for the elders. Some of them might, some communities might be a little bit more built than others, just like there's certain black communities that there is respect regardless if people got money or not, right? Because they got seasons and they got experience and they have a mind to them. They're not stuck on the same playbook, which is what religion is, right? So now within this prison complex, whenever any one of us gets killed, especially somebody that is prominent, everybody knows who did it on that other side, right? So now imagine the Martin Luther Kings, right? Somebody that was prominent. When he got killed, man, amongst that city where it went down, those family members knew, the friends, and then everyone connected to them statewide, worldwide, right? That was like a victory because it was like the football game. Damn, nigga, we took out a star player. That's what it was like. So that motherfucker would have went and bragged to his family members, to his homies, to the section he belonged to, like prison. No different than how prison roll. Niggas in prison would have knew who pulled that trigger. And see, when I look at my stepfather, he mirrored him and Martin Luther King. They mirrored so much of their lives. It's like I'm looking at the same person, right? Not only does Martin Luther King look like my stepfather, like they're like twins, right? Same height, same build, same like facial structure, all that shit, right? My pops was also college educated in Africa, and then he tried to get some here too. But it's like when you come over from Africa to here, they don't like you to have a leg up with your own experience, right? But and he was like our Moses, just like Martin Luther King was the Moses for black people in navigating the ocean of breaking down segregation, right? And trying to have education and all that stuff, you know, during that era, right? And I can see how my pops are doing the same because he was also working, trying to help bring us into this world, right? And he had already been speaking like 5 different languages, including English, right? But like he was working through the judicial system, right? Trying to take at-risk youth in the Northern Deka community to provide them a better chance because a lot of the times people was getting deported, you know, and some people stayed here because he went on their behalf because he had the connection to our church and all that stuff, right? So it's like his word had a little bit more weight on top of he could, a lot of times parents couldn't speak English, right? So he'd be the translator. Now, I could see certain things that my stepfather did and Martin Luther King did were working, and they both tragically lost their lives early, right? It's like when my stepfather died, half of his body wasn't working, the side where his heart was at, right? Because he was being cursed. And then when I started to get cursed and they started to attack my heart, I was like, oh, so that's what y'all do, huh? That's what y'all do. Right? Because now, just like I've said before, the only flaw that I saw Martin Luther King's thinking, being hindsight, just the same as I saw my father's thinking, they were both champions of Christianity. Because my father was a big reason, as well as the other fathers of mothers in the house, why we went into Christianity. Right? It was new to us. In Martin Luther King's life, it was forced upon him and his ancestors when they got here. With us, it's like they came as friends with the Bible, right? And then quickly the guns came to the hands of rebels and warlords, and we became displaced. But that's how they can maneuver the pieces that they wanted, right? Bring you into the heartland where the magic is strong, where they attack your heart. Now, a lot of the times people don't talk like this openly because, to me, black Americans would have already knew this is how white America gets down, right? Because they were then trying to subjugate me, and I was going through, it's like I became the slave on the plantation in this prison that was being beaten for having his own fucking mind. They were trying to beat the freedom out of me because that freedom became contagious to everything around me. Man, that nigga's free. Now I don't have to fear this person, that person, that person, that person. Right? So the whole identity of what white power was trying to beat me down. You made that first wrong move against me, white power. You made that first wrong move against me. Mind you, I wasn't even preaching black power or nothing. I was preaching the human power, the human potential, the human ability for us to get there. Right? But then when you see a lot of what we've accomplished in the past was only a false story, a false narrative. Right, that we had equality, then it makes you look at everything around us, nigga. It makes you question religion, it makes you question politics. Why do you even vote? So now I was like, man, I'm glad I only voted when I was 18 years old. No more. I'm only 34 now. Right? So I made it over that threshold of Jesus dying at 33. Because they were really trying to wax me, nigga. They started trying to whack me ever since we was kids, but I started to notice it when I was 24 going 25. Right around the time my step-pops was getting murdered. Right? And then when I could see the chess pieces of my own family members turning on me, I was like, oh, so that's why none of y'all came to visit him on his deathbed. Right? Except when he was gone. But whenever y'all had problems, y'all needed something fixed, he was the one that was going over there. And mind you, I ain't saying my step-pops were perfect, but just from that aspect, it made me understand, don't waste your time with these people. Right? And then when my own homies started to shoot at me, don't waste your time with them. Focus on this. Build this up, because one day this whole thing that it has you surrounded right now is going to be under one nation. It's going to be under you. And they got a lot of crimes they got to answer for. Against you as well as other people. But now I'm focused on me, right? So now as the prison moves, a judge ain't nothing but what? Playing for the same what? Color spectrum, right? So you already know who he is when you go see him. He ain't upholding no fucking law, right? It's a prison, nigga, where they got to say, oh, we're the judges, we're the police, we're the presidents, we're the mayors, we're this bullshit, we're that, right? They got to do that. Now their system is falling apart around them. Because like I said, capitalism is ran by monsters, and it's for monsters, right? The mass majority of the 99%, you're like a lamb, right? You don't understand the system. You just know it's eating you, right? The wolves and lions and bears, they doing what they do. But see, what these geniuses have done is they're fighting over food stamps, nigga. That's what money is. It's food stamps. Because the type of energy that we are putting into any work, be you an entrepreneur or you're working for somebody else, the type of energy that you're putting in, right, it rates, more than what it is that you're getting paid. Now, what they've done with the food stamps, right, in this prison, is they've created an unnecessary desert. It's like this money is like all water, right? And they went and, because they're just printing it, right? That's all they're doing. They're just printing it. This money is like water in the desert, right? They could circulate it to where, it benefits everyone, so you don't have crime and all that stuff, but they want crime to happen, right? They want crime. They want misery. They want people to go on, public shootings. That's what they want, truly. That's the move. They want life to be action-packed to that degree so the cops can get their badges to say, man, I was there. I did it. We got him down, blah, blah, blah. Right? Even if some cops just, I'm trying to get home to my family, but I'm in a tough situation. This is how I feed my family, right? So, as with how they're distributing money, or food stamps, they've built an unnecessary dam and created a desert where everyone is thirsty, right? And as people are killing each other for this water, where they're only letting in their friends, their family members, and anyone who's bending down, right? They have their 1% club where they're just printing money. That's all that they're doing, because it's backed by nothing. They're just printing money. That's all that they're doing, right? And then they're controlling the rate at which that water gets passed around, right? It's no different than the Mad Max movie, the new one that came out. I remember they had the aquifer, but the nigga was too greedy. He didn't see he could have built a farm. But he was starving his own people. He could have built a farm. He could have let the water run, It was an aquifer. Probably going to last a very, very long time. And then you could have gone and found another aquifer. Right? But you could have at least built a farm and created a new civilization. But no, they wanted to create a civilization of them where they're God and they're procreating with everyone's daughters. And you see how that ended in that movie, right? But now that they've created this desert where everyone is what? Life is no longer fun even for them. Now, you remember that old movie? I forget the name of it, but it's the song that Coolio did that video for, Gangsta's Paradise, right? That movie was about what? The inner city kids and just black youth, not caring for school and not attaining, high levels of education. Now, how could you expect me to put school as a priority when I gotta survive when I walk outside? How is school gonna be a priority? Because there are war zones, right? We're the ones getting rained on, right? But we're catching everyone else's demons, right? We're catching the mayor's demons, the governor's demons, the billionaire's demons. We're catching everyone else's demons. How do you expect our children to have a good night's sleep? Right? Now, as things have shifted, they're catching their own rain. You catching your own demons. Right? But see, when it comes to us as a people, when we have problems with people, we try to just handle it with the person we're with. And oftentimes, it's not just words or a fist fight. It goes to us cannibalizing ourselves with the gun. Right? With the sword that was handed to us by the same people who use it to subjugate us, right? Oftentimes it goes to that level, right? But we at least try to keep it just within, the people who have beef with, but then that escalates, right? Because they go down or you kill somebody by a stray bullet, right? But as a people, we generally only have beef with who we have beef with, be it an individual or let's say it's this blood gang or this Crip gang over here, right? Or these these stones over here, right? We generally try to keep it within a small fraction of people, right? But on their side, you see how it goes. Becomes school shootings. It becomes Columbine. Now, because the desert is going on like this, and it's now just not water or money that people are thirsty for, it's life force. It's soul power. As soul power starts to run out on that side, the Uvalde shooting just happened not too long ago, sadly, right? But these are shootings that go on in our neighborhoods every day. These are shootings that police visit upon us, just another one a couple of days ago, right? Every day, though, around the clock. It's almost like their mentality is you kill one fly, you potentially kill 1,000,000 in the future. Right? And then it creates subjugation. Then everyone bends down like, man, I ain't trying to get shot. I'm going to let the police win that one. Right? I'm going to let the system win. Now, what, yes. I had to, because I was on talk about something else, but now when it comes to them running out of water, out of soul, your children are going to school in a few weeks. They're going to be gunning each other down like usual. But then you have their parents showing up to work every day, right? Under this new energy now, because it no longer feels like a vacation in the house. Do it. The weather has shifted, right? There's going to be workplace shootings, courtesy of your people. Because this is a prison. I don't look at it as a civilization. It is not. So how could a judge tell me that he represents honor and truth when, nigga, both you and I know it's a prison, nigga? So why should I listen to your police officers when I know racism is what runs prison? It's what runs life in general, right? Especially for your side. So we know there's racist cops. Not 10%, in the 90 percentile, if not 99%. But you're already committing these crimes on us, on, the invisible spectrum, that chessboard where I'm not supposed to operate in, right? Because you see it as your world. Nah, nigga, it's the jungle, right? You could be the Grand Dragon. You could be the biggest lion. That don't matter to me. If you come for me in this jungle, I will find you. I will end you. In more ways than not. I will keep you living and you will hate the prison that you're living in. I love this city. Hence why I teach it. I try to raise and nurture it. Anywhere where I'm at, I would try to improve my environment. You think improving the environment is moving from an apartment to a mansion. Now you just switching location. You just switching prison cells, nigga. Improving an environment is the knowledge level. That's how you improve an area. So I went and graduated and became something like who Lawrence Fishburne played in Boys in the Hood, like a Furious. I became that type of individual in this prison complex, which is very dangerous because we're very intelligent people. But I seen the rest of my brothers, they went on to be just hoodlums. Sadly, gang it involves everywhere, even within my own tribe. If you want to say, yo, just keep to your tribe, then within the Nuer Dinka and that system, they out here killing each other too. No different than Bloods and Crips. Right? So our move is this. I extended my hand to the white man, to the black man, to the Asian man, all that stuff, to the Hispanic man. I always came as truthful and peace. Those who bit me, and you got to deal with what you got to deal with. That's your snake to wrestle with. You know what I mean? But now y'all are in need. Right? There's a new flood that is upon us that is invisible. And your doctors can't help you. Your politicians, your mayors, your businessmen, your they don't have what I have. They don't walk in this world. But hence you have made me an enemy, so why would it benefit me to help you? Just like you did with us. You saw me as an enemy. Why would we want to help y'all out? Why would we want to see y'all gain financial freedom? That'd be the only way that I could keep pressure on you, and maybe one day you'll cry like a dog to what I say. And that ain't never happened, nor is it going to happen. That is the only reason why you keep this desert called capitalism going around the world. It's so you can be worshipped. Well, hey, let them worship you now. Because there are millions of problems now. And you're supposed to be what? The man with the remedy, right? Like when COVID started, who had the remedy? Wasn't it Bill Gates? going to Africa and bringing shit that we don't need, poisoning us, and then coming in with the antidote, poisoning us somewhere. Didn't he have the cure for COVID? So go to your billionaires in this new wave, because it's every night, niggas. This is the war that has been going on since eternity. It's just like I said, now the chessboard is very different, ain't it? Now the kings you thought you knew that were strong enough to handle this, they looking like pawns, huh? Now they don't want the throne no more. Now the throne is heavy as the head, right? Now the crown was never worthy. It's never worth it to kill so many people just for this. Now y'all are looking like what? Y'all are looking like how the world was looking at the Nazis in that time during the Nuremberg trials. Oh, y'all are the tops of the city. Each state, the country, nigga, the nations. Y'all are the men and women to be. Y'all are the royals. Each country got its own royals, whether they call themselves that or not. Now, let us watch the throne. We watch the throne. Watching you is watching the throne. They're going to turn on Good Morning America. Watch the throne. They're going to turn on The View. They're going to turn on Fox, MSNBC. They're going to turn on Family Feud. Watch the throne. And then there's those watching it on television, like, watching the playoffs or the Super Bowl. And then there's those that is watching you live, right? They in the studio. They in your neighborhood. They in the gated community. They work at the store. They work at your favorite restaurant. They the waiters. They the cooks. Watch the throne. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution will be live. Because y'all control all of that. Right? So mind you, y'all thought y'all had me over here like a prisoner. That nigga scared out of his mind. His African is lost. Nah, nigga. I'm good in any neighborhood, nigga. On any block. I'm Millie Rock. On any block. But look at how you caused me to Millie Rock on your block. When I was just coming in, preaching philosophy. Teaching people to think higher. Past hatred, past racism, right? Me coming out the Marine Corps, realizing, the military is just no different than a gang. We used to call ourselves that, Who's the most dangerous gang? We are. When I was in the Marine Corps, right? So then I came out of it. I came out of that world, trying to use a different instrument, music, words, not just the drums of war. Right? I was trying to create a different symphony. Right? So earlier I had elaborated on hip hop. No, there are those that are, hip hop is just a business to them. That's all it is. Hey, good luck to you. Right? Hip hop is a religion. You're not part of it. Simple as that. You're not part of it. And the motherfuckers that is groomed you to be that way, to only see it as a business, they lost as you. But at least in your lifetime, you got to hear me. You got to hear others that I sound like, because I speak truthfully with my platform. You got to hear them through hearing me. But now hip hop is split, nigga. The nigga kingdom is split. It's split. There are those that are moving with the religion of this house, and those of us that move with the true religion, the religion of self. And then how we can affect our communities positively, right? Because I don't have to speak lies, nigga. See, when you force me to play Game of Thrones with you, you're not going to like me. You're not going to like me, I promise you that. Because fear moves all chess pieces, and when they're afraid of you for the right reasons, because I'd rather move with love all the time, right? But then when people come for your life and they fail, and they see how truly powerful you are, they become fearful. And then they realize they attacked the wrong person. Now that fear is gonna move them for me. I ain't gotta move them. I ain't gotta pressure them, nigga. The system itself is already pressure, which is why a lot of you take deals. Right? I'm going to kill this person so I can get out of the pressure that I'm in. That's what y'all do. You remember the movie Look Up? What that white dude say? Right? That you're afraid of pain. Right? So what happens when he failed? Didn't he run away from pain? Because another day of life was pleasure, right? Funny how his own words came back to eat him in the end. Now this is planet prison, nigga. Let's not mince words with what it is. Because guess what? Whenever it was a white man rising up to deliver a new technology or a new way of thinking or being great, y'all celebrated it. But when it's a black man, you got to gun him down. He can only rise to this level. We got to always live above him. Right? That was the chess game. That was the football game in the house, nigga. Right? So now as this new school year comes upon us, black children's going to go in with a new energy. So black kids, since we've always been the one that's hated and the ones being gunned down, man, whether you have one pair of new shoes or you have no new shoes, when you walk into school this coming up year, be like, yo, my spirit is the only clothes that really matter the most, right? This extra, shit, be it Walmart or be it fucking designer, man, this is just what I'm putting on today, right? But your spirit that you waking up with, the breath in your body, let that be your school clothes, your spiritual clothes as you get protected, but don't waste that power, right? Don't see another person shining and want to end them for that or hate on them for that, right? If they bring you no harm, hey, bring them no harm in return. Wish them well, wish them blessings, because this is the rise of our nation. They have their nations. Good on them. Some of them is positive. And I hope they keep rising. Right? I hope they keep getting better. Right? But this is our nation rising. And our religion is hip hop. But we have a lot of we have a lot of pawns in hip hop that need to not murdered out, just you don't matter, so keep rapping, because you're not rapping to black kids, you rapping to mostly white kids. Let's call that a fact. Right? You mostly rapping to white kids. And maybe some of them fucking identify with hip hop and it's part of their religion. Good. Cause that's what we about. Bringing people into our understanding, and then they got their own mindsets, right? We don't force them to think like us. Right? But we are going away from just being entertainment, which is how they looked at us. Oh, y'all are just entertaining. Right? We was never serious. Oh, I am serious black, nigga. I am serious. I'm serious black. Come on now. Now they want to be black, right? Because in another form, I look like this. That's why I do this. It's a reminder of perfect dark. Flame on, flame in, flame home. I have my own fraternity in this prison. I keep them away from me so there are no connections to them or their family members. But every time I speak, they recognize the greatness of our fraternity. Something that I built while I was here. This is our fraternity. And every brother of mine in my fraternity is a lord. It's the House of Lords with us. House of Lords. Warlords, nigga. When you come to war, it's the House of Lords that you come to fuck with. Now, you can feel our spirit. It's like the momentum of the football game. Right? It's the momentum. The momentum has shifted. So when our children go to school, those of us that are true, they move with that momentum, sheltering them, always ever present. So yes, I don't need a gun, nigga. That's your weapon. That's how you feel safe. I have my spirit. I am ever moving dangerously. When I'm on the plane, when I'm in the car, when I'm on the public bus, when I'm outside, there's a weapon on me always. I was naked without it before. Now I'm too dangerous. That nigga too dangerous. The skill set too dangerous. Because see, every night we got to fight the demons that is hovering around us and below us, above, around. We got to be Max Payne with these niggas. I'm going to break the sky, nigga. But with me and my fraternity, And those who brought me into their brotherhood, even if I was blind to them, as if they were behind the scenes, like this is one of ours. You know what I'm saying? This is one of our seeds, one of our brothers, one who has grown to the understanding of what the prison is, and he has chosen his side, right? Most black people is, oh, we ain't got money, so I love Jesus, I love Allah, I love this because I got money. That's about it. We got spirit on this side, nigga. That's better than money. Because then you can't buy a vest, you can't dig a fucking bunker deep enough, nigga. This is World War Infinity. It's the Infinity War that the Avengers was talking about. But I don't know about y'all, nigga. I went and fought the Black Panther because it came for my life. The Black Panther came for me. Many nights. And then finally, one of them nights, we shook hands like brothers. Shook hands like brothers. But he was coming for my life, though. Now that, like I said, the house is split. Being black to me means, yo, like when you see this, it means, yeah, I went through that storm. You know, it's like how Jewish people, the ones that survived Auschwitz, right? That survived what? The concentration camps, right? When you come from some sort of pain like that, especially when it's real and it's true, you carry yourself differently. So this represents, this is the clothes that I can't take off, right? And I love it. I loved it there on. So I wish I was more blacker, nigga, like this. Forever. I'm like a glacier rock, nigga. All my diamonds I keep inside me, you heard? I keep all my diamonds inside, but, you know, it's like you got to disguise the trap house. Let them think you broke, nigga. You know, like Freeway Rick Ross from California, when he was making his money, right, he moved around like he was broke. He looked bummy and moved around like he was broke. So in this world, having light complexion is seen as wealth. Cool, hey, there's beauty over there that I see too, right? But this is wealth to me too, nigga. It's black gold, nigga. What do you mean? This is black gold. And so I never looked down on myself, but when I was a kid, I could see how they started to try and put that mindset into me. The world around you naturally just tries to break you down. Oh no. I am precious, nigga. I am power. I am a superhero, nigga. My superpowers is just coming through. Every blood particle in my body is a different power. It's a different universe manifesting more power. I haven't even started yet, nigga. Gangster to the core. Ankle wet flames paint your kitchen floor. With your horror shit you can't ignore. Things you endure when fucking with the boy. All I heard was Weezy, don't kill me no more. I hear your bullshit. I play Matador. I'm at a category. I ain't there with y'all. I got a positive vibe, but I ain't scared of y'all. Different kid, never it is, never that at all. That rat cat go off. That rat cat. I got a bitch so fine, her name Carry On, and she knows how to quarters in the carry on. See, I really am. Uptown to me means I'm upstairs, nigga. I'm in a different conscious state, nigga. Many floors to my complex. So that's why I was rapping that Wheezy, that Uptown. Dun-dun-dun-dun. See, Weezy, you gotta go back to them beats, nigga. That's what you gotta do. You gotta do the mob, right? Like Carter 1, Carter 2 beats, incredible. You know what I mean? A beat will dictate how you flow, how you sound. Just the Carter 1, Carter 2 beats was something else. Something else. But that Uptown, like father, like son. Like those beats, you know what I mean, and speak the language of the streets, man. That's when Weezy. That's the Weezy I like. Everyone got they some people like the what he's everything he's doing now, right? They might not like the Carter 1, Carter 2 Wayne, right? The block is hot 500 degrees. They might not like that one, right? Because it's different seasons of you, right? It's what you were going through. But see, you made it out of New Orleans, but New Orleans they make it out of New Orleans. You know what I mean? It's like saying, yeah, I made it. I'm a figure. I made it out of some place. It is a bottomless pit. You know what I mean? And you might have many enemies there that hate you for succeeding, right? But when you made it out of New Orleans, not everybody made it out of New Orleans, right? And you still got people who love you, you know, to a different degree because you represent a platform, you represent a voice. You know what I mean? Don't get kidnapped into the white world and think everything is peachy. No, it's a kidnapping, nigga. You know, you already know what it was on the plantation back then. That ain't changed now, nigga. The plantation just expanded. They just realized, yo, these motherfuckers brought us music. Look at how we sing now, right? These motherfuckers brought us so many different things that we're now doing too, right? So we just became something to pull from. Never something to hear. Never no one to listen to. You know what I'm saying? A nigga with a billionaire is still a nigga to them. Simple. It don't matter if you Oprah or if you Jay-Z, nigga. You still a nigga to them. You know what I mean? I'd have loved to see Oprah pull up to the hood and say, you get this, you get that, that would have been fucking something else, right? That would have been a new world order. You know? That would have been something incredible because a lot of times the people that were live at their show was white women. Because why? The black women got to be at work. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got it like that. We ain't got luxury to just watch daytime television 24/7. You know what I mean? It's no shots. I'm just speaking from my perspective what I see it as. You know what I mean? Because it don't matter if you get your college degree, you went and got it, nigga, you still got hurdles to get over. Because everybody thinks, damn, you got your bachelor's, you got your master's, you good now, nigga. You know, get in there and, you know, help us get in. It don't work like that. It don't work like that. And then when you somebody like me, you know what I'm saying? You enemy of the state like Will Smith, nigga. Simple as that. Which is if I was Will Smith, we're taking away the Grammy, or not the Grammy, but the Oscars. So, that's all I was. So, you acting like me slapping Chris Rock. We have our own beef. Like, see, a lot of times we only see publicly, it was over a joke. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes when y'all playing Game of Thrones from a distance. And then now y'all in the room. And then, you know, the disrespect takes another level. Right? So what? Oh, I'm not going to be in movies anymore? I'm fucking Will Smith. I can just do my own shit. That's how I would just, fine, cool. Keep your little trophy. My God, I don't get a trophy. It's not like y'all give a fuck about our actors. Because, see, the acting world is supposed to be what? Something that we learn from. The stories that are told. They're allegorical. They're about the past, the present, the future. And how we keep living in what? In the same circle, in the same time. Eating each other, destroying each other, lying to each other. Right? The art world is supposed to be that. It's no different than us telling prophecies in the Bible. That's how, to the degree of what theater is. It's prophecies. Past, present, and future. But we're the ones now creating those prophecies. Because guess what? We're the ones creating our own hell now. We have the potential to create our own heaven. That exists in every one of us. But a lot of times they kind of see it as, see, to me, you should see me as, yo, that's another black lord in the house. Just like I see you as that. I didn't look down on the black community and say, man, these niggas ain't got money. They slaves. They this. None of that. Right? And this, mind you, like, I grew up with many different friends, but when we was from my elementary school friend, going into middle school and high school, me, Jordan, Devanis, and all them, when we used to fucking clown on each other, they used to clown on me on being super dark, right? I never took it to, you niggas were slave to these white people. I never took it to that level, right? But it's like, look how they were hurting me to a certain degree with that, but I use that to toughen my skin, right? Which is what I say to my black brothers. When they out here calling you all sorts of niggas and niggers, take it like how I took it, nigga. You know, laugh it off. Or just give them a cold look and keep it pushing. Right? But when I was at school, niggas make fun of me for being the darkest amongst my black friends that were friends with just in high school. Right? But I ain't never pulled up with a gun and, you know, murdered niggas. I was like, man, this is my wealth. You don't understand, nigga. Hey, it's on you. You want to be a little lighter? There's nothing wrong with that. But you're not understanding your own wealth. You know? Because in the world, it's the lighter that you are, the closer that you are to Jesus or to Allah, right? Or to whoever, the lighter that you are. Well, you know what marked the Pharaoh before? This. That's a sun god. That nigga can be outside. Because that's radiation when you go outside. Remember that. That's why the longer that you are out there, it can cook you if you ain't got this. You know, it cooks you faster. That means you a sun god. Just like you got gods of the water. Niggas could swim like, you know, like fish. Like Michael Phelps is a god of the ocean. Like Poseidon type shit. I'm a sun god, nigga. I'm a sun devil. Like Arizona, I'm a sun devil. I might put that in a rap too, nigga. Cause the next tape coming in, I've been just cooling off. Like, man, take a break. Let these niggas eat. Cause they not doing anything, nigga. Like, really. They just still chasing the same dollar. Right? It's just the business world rapping. You know, there's a few of those that rap, right? So I was like, I'm just gonna cool off. Cause Animus and Opera is the next one. I might put that in one of the songs I've yet to write. I got about like 10, 12 tracks for it already. 7 of them I wrote in the same day. But, nigga, like Arizona, I'm a sun devil, nigga. So you gotta be a devil you gotta be crazy to be outside, nigga. Niggas die out here, the sun. Stay in the cave with us, nigga. That's them Flintstones. Nigga, stay in the cave. You gonna fry outside. You gonna be oh, he's a devil. He's crazy. He's mad enough to do that. That nigga crazy as hell. I'm a sun devil, I guess. Still got the wild in me, nigga, like Arizona. I'm a sun devil. Which is where if I had, eventually when I do leave Nebraska, you know, get my bread right, I would want to go to a place where there's sunshine year round. You know, because the cold season just be fucking... I need my battery to be charged, nigga. My soul power, nigga. The sunlight, nigga. That's my recharger, nigga. That means I'm playing y'all like during the winter time, nigga. I'm not being fully charged like that. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I would tell all my niggas, nigga, let's move to a place where it's just sunshine 24/7 so we can be hit by energy. You gotta also like be outside, nigga. Put the bottom of your feet to the sky. Because the bottom of your feet is the palest part of your body. They also need sun too. So put them to the sky, nigga. Get that sunlight. You need that. Get it from the bottom of your feet. So if you outside, nigga, point the bottom of your feet to the sky. But be careful though, because that part can burn. You know what I'm saying? So put the bottom of your feet to the sky, nigga. Let the sun rays bounce off your feet. you're going to feel your power shifting through you differently. Because your body's just used to all of this and not the bottom of your feet getting the sun when you walking outside barefoot, right? But when you actually put your feet to the sky, it's a different power. You got to remember, you're positive and negative energy, but you also need ground energy, which is what the earth is for, right? Positive, negative, ground, neutral, right? So when the shifting seas happen, and the energy in your city, in your house is so chaotic, nigga, you become neutral to it. You get used to it. See, what I realized a while back, I got to stop letting white people tell me who it is that I am, right? Because they're not me. Just like I can't tell them like how their body works. I can't tell them that because I'm not them, right? So then I became my own doctor, like Dr. Sabi, right? Yo, what food should I eat? What? I became a doctor of my own body. Right? But look how you need white validation. And when a nigga tell you himself, when it's coming out of my mouth, it's like it's not real unless a black or white person tell me. That's when I'll believe it. That's what we've been naturally. That's plantation thinking, right? They put me like as soon as I came to America, nigga. They didn't come to Africa to help me or to save me. They came to enslave me. Simple as that. And part of that enslavement was don't listen to yourself, nigga. Listen to me. Listen to me, nigga. Right? So then once you got to realize that I can't tell a white man how his body operates just like he can't tell me how my body operates. You know what I mean? That's a fact. Damn, nigga, look black or blue or purple or... Man, I love this, nigga. Like when I leave the flesh game behind and I'm just light, made out of, like, I call it halogens. Like when we're just light but we feel physical, like we have no more flesh. Man, this is what look like the universe, nigga, like outside, nigga. It look like the universe, nigga. And then when I get my Super Saiyan aura around me, that's when you see all reflections of my diamonds. Because it's also a defense. It's like if you can see my diamonds, it's like you can see my blood flowing. How are you able to see my blood flowing? Right? It's like predator vision, nigga. Predator can see white people better than he can see black people. We become invisible to it, especially at night. It's like you can't see me. But white people, you can see, especially once they start getting the visceral veins, you can see their blood flowing. It's almost like a nigga can hit a lick on you. I can see you moving. I see your blood running. I see your money, circulating. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to hit the blood bank, the heart, nigga. Where that's at? That's Rome, nigga, because all the veins lead to Rome, nigga. I can see you. But when you black, nigga, you tinted. You can't see my money. You can't see my blood circulating, my life force, my metachlorians. Because in Star Wars, they all hitting each other for metachlorians. That's why he had to what? As soon as that nigga, what's it called? I'm telling you about the blood world now. As soon as that motherfucker, in Star Wars, Qui-Gon, as soon as he tested Anakin for blood, he ate him. That's why he was the first one to go ghost mode, right? He ate him. You're not supposed to spill blood. You don't want that, nigga. It's like being in outer space and cutting open your astronaut suit. Nigga, you just lost the blood, nigga. So who took your first blood, nigga? That's like a vampire, nigga. That's what in Star Wars it is. Because even the Jedis and Sith Lord, they're fighting each other because there's a bigger threat to them. It's the ones that eat them. Yes, and they should make a movie about that. Right? There's another being in that world. It finds force users and it devours their force. And they look like humans. They can disguise themselves, right? But they eat the force. And then there are other beings, other Jedis and Sith that eat entire planets, entire galaxies type shit. That's what the Jedi and Sith are, that's what their war is about, trying to save their own ass. Because it was the same beings hunting me too. But you seen how I came out on top of that bitch. But that don't mean it's the only one, nigga. I always operate as whatever gonna come, but I'm gonna keep training. I train this nigga 24/7. You know? Like a Hove line, nigga, I keep one eye open like CBS. My whole body is an eye. An eye to me means I can see or I can sense. So you being smelling is like an eye. You being able to feel something is an eye. You being able to taste is an eye, meaning you're not blind. Right? So you keep creating more eyes, that way you can see. So your whole body should be an eye. Not just your mind's eye, your body's eye as well. And your body's eye is many different places. Right? So it's as if all of us are coming from being mummified, dead asleep. All our cells are dead asleep. So then as each blood and each cell starts to operate and wake up, nigga, you coming online. You coming online, nigga. Welcome, my brothers. You coming online. And each blood, nigga, is when one of your blood activates, then it becomes the race around your universe. How long does it go between here? This is your universe. When does that blood, under all this pressure and pain and stress, circulate where it activated through your body, legs, feet, all the way back up to the heart? Boom. That becomes your race around the world. Your universe, nigga. Just you. And then that becomes like, boom. It's like you create another aura for yourself like Super Saiyan. That becomes another vibration. Which is why on my song SNL, Saturday Night Live, that's why the cover is that. It's me standing, but there's many vibrations around me. That's like saying this is my nigga, this is my, Trump was trying to build a physical wall. This is my wall. All the different layers is saying this is my Pentagon, nigga, this is my Department of Defense. This is my antivirus, you know. This is my firewall. How many layers did you make it in? Because it is a, you know, my symbolism of a dragon. It's the dragon's labyrinth. How many chambers, like Wu-Tang Clan, how many chambers did you make it in? Into the dragon, nigga. That is what that picture represents to me in one aspect. It means a lot of other different things too. Plus it also means it's my vibration. At one point in time I had not even one ring. You know, not one halo around my whole body. I was that naked, no clothes. No, this is the spiritual clothes. So that covers my spiritual, that's my spiritual clothes. That's also how, that's my cape. A cape right here, that's my cape. This is how I shelter my brothers and sisters and the innocent, you know, until they decide to be evil, and then I remove my cape. That's what you're going to be able to do. And so then when there's two of us here, that much more better. When it's three, when it's four, because we're all a star in the sky. You're a star, I'm a star. It's about increasing our rays, not devouring each other of them. That's how you get mummified. And then they put you in the grave and they keep eating off your blood. That's why mummies still look like they're still alive, right? Because I'm looking for that blood even amongst the dead. If that's still fighting, it's like you get transported up to a different level. Like you know, Star Trek, you get beamed up, nigga. That's that diamond in the rough I was looking for. That piece of you, that universe that was still fighting for life. Thank you for being real. And that's why I call myself magnesium. But magnesium is also a metal, right? It's like how the Mandalorians call themselves Mandalorian, and they have what, Beskar, right? But my metal is called magnesium. It is the steel of me. It's metal that keeps evolving. It doesn't just stay the same. So it's like this. So it's like, you know, when I gotta go with magnesium, it's like I got a suit of armor around me. Now it's just not me, you know, what you would call the soft part. Now it's like I become like Victor Van Doom, nigga. And then I get that armor around me. And it's my armor that keeps evolving. It eats other armors that try to attack it. And it's never going to stop because it's part of my defense. It's called magnesium. It's also my way of life, my philosophy for war and peace. And then how I'm a person who's always tries to be positive, but then when I gotta go to war, nigga, it's the book of magnesium. It's my way of life. And I wanted the name to just sound like amazing. Like when I first came up with it and what I was facing and what I was visualizing, my eyes looked like electricity, but the color inside, I was like, that's mag. I was creating how I was gonna look, how my eyes are gonna look, right? So like different electricity just in your eyes so they can see them. That's his power. He's juiced. And then it's also like a Jedi or a Sith Lord calling themselves Jedis or Sith, right? I'm magnesium. I learned, like I've said before, Sith Lords are all about just honing hate. Jedis are all about, empty emotions, no emotions. Don't get emotionally attached. And that's the system that I grew up in. So for a time, I called myself a Jedi. Then I call myself a Jedi Lord. I mean, a combination of Sith Lords and a Jedi, right? Because then I started to look at what good and evil was. It depends on the person, on what it is they're trying to achieve. Because what if the system was wronging you so much, right? Killing you and your people, so you decide to destroy it. From the outside looking in, most people would say, man, he's evil for doing that. Right, but if you don't know his backstory, right, then good and evil is just black and white. But good and evil is a gray area. You never know why somebody's doing something. And then over time, I created magnesium because it's about the emotions. When I write music, I write from an emotional state. To be a hero, you have to care about emotions. That's why there's slavery in Star Wars. The whole Coruscant is slavery. Plus, it's not just physical chains and slavery. It's also financial slavery. But they don't fight it. They're up in the clouds. They feed no emotion into it. They kind of look at it, well, you have your lot in life, I have mine. Right? That to me is not a hero, nigga. A hero speaks on all that stuff. Because that's what's ultimately destroying the empire. Is the oppression. It's the suffering. It's capitalism, but to that degree. So then when you see Princess Leia and Luke, they're not really accomplishing anything. It's just the same war to stay in power. That's all it is. Because none of them fought, right? Just like when Anakin, Anakin was a slave. Their father was a slave. Let's talk about that. Anakin was a slave. His mother was a slave. And look how when the Jedis needed his blood and his power to rule him, they bought him out of slavery, but they left his mom. Why? Because they didn't want his mom to be there. She would have been his balance. Right? The way that she carried herself, she was a peaceful woman. Right? But once they took the child from the mother, he became what? He lost his roots. Sort of like the black man in America. Once they took you from your mother, from your country, from your source of origin, from your way of life, you got took away from your mother. And then your new mother became the Catholic Church, or it became Islam, or it became Judaism. A different mother that doesn't fucking love you. Planted in a new soil that doesn't benefit you, right? Where you're just supposed to be a gladiator that, either spills your competitor's blood or they spill yours. Right? So America is we are gladiators. Right? But you need to conquer your mind first. Understand your heart. Because when you don't have this and you don't have this, where's your spirit at? It's not there, nigga. It's non-existence. That is truly what it is. But Anakin got taken from his mother. He was good where he was at. He was taken over, wasn't he? Look at how intelligent he was using the force like creativity, right? Creating, building, you know. He had no hatred towards aliens. He saw robots as his own brothers, right? His creations were like his own children, right? They took that creation, right? The ability to help others, and they turned him into Darth Vader. It was a whole team effort. It was from the Jedi to the Sith. It was a team effort. They were just fighting over who was ruling over him. That's what it was. Is everyone wanted them to be his pupil, and then to keep him in check. We can't let him rise. They were playing with his emotions, and he didn't understand that. Because he was just, a farm boy. He was from the desert, from far away. It's like coming from a small city where is only a couple of 100 or 1,000 people, but you're out off in the sticks getting brought to New York City. You know what I'm saying? You don't understand the chess game. You don't understand the power struggle, right? So you getting brought there, you was blindfolded, and then they just thrust you into war because all they saw in you was a weapon. That was it. All they saw in you was a weapon. Because guess what? At any given time, they could have gone to why would they bring you into a situation when there's a civil war going? Why not leave you with your mom? Because they were using all the children as pawns on their chessboard. That's all it was. It's like a reflection of Hitler's youth. Or in America, the Boy Scouts, the Girl Scouts. Because when I was in the Marine Corps, a lot of those, my brothers and sisters in there were prior Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts. Now they're just collecting different ribbons. Now they're just collecting different ribbons. Now it's, it's blood on the ground. It's blood on the sand. Same thing with police officers. A lot of y'all are prior, like Hitler's youth. It's America's youth, nigga. And then you transfer over and you get your ribbons and medals. No different than when you was a kid. And then you play Call of Duty, collect your ribbons and medals. Play Battlefield, ribbons and medals. You know what I mean? I had to understand the system that I was in. And then now you got brothers in the streets doing the same thing, nigga. For every body you catch, nigga, the record, now that you can rap, record labels like, yeah, bring him. The business, yeah, bring him. They keep rapping like this. Keep killing too. Keep your city like this. We want that. For every body you catch, nigga, it's $1 million deal, nigga. But now, see, it's what? Now the white kids is emulating. And then they're going to be the new rappers of the future. And then they're going to be rapping like that. It's not going to be too many Mac Millers. It's not going to be too many G-Eazys. Right? Coming up from that Eminem and such rappers. It's not going to be too many of those. It's going to be suburban shootouts. Public schools, massacres, nigga. Like the game that Rockstar made, Bully. Like all these games that come out, that's a reflection of the future. Like Grand Theft Auto. It's what niggas want to do. White kids it's like when San Andreas got put out, it was like, yo, this is how the hood operates? This is how they talk, this is the hood lingo? That's what Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, it was like a walk into the black man's conscience in a certain demographic in America. And then these white kids is playing it, they learning the language, they speaking it, reverse engineering it, becoming it. Parts of them really becoming like a black man with white skin, right? That's how you have, just like there's black men with white minds, there's also white kids with black minds. From the games, from the movies to the video games, a nigga's just a reverse Oreo. That's really what's out here right now. Which you gotta think about that in the terms of slavery in America, black and white power. Black kids want to be like, white kids want to be like black men. That is unheard of, ain't it? Because they identify with the music, with the culture. It wouldn't even faze me if they say nigga. Like, especially when you know they're of that cloth. It wouldn't faze me. Why? Because I've been around black niggas that are really white supremacists. They're black skinheads. That exists too. And do you think that the white man fucking even blinks an eye when they preach white power and they're speaking white power and it's a black man? Nah, that's like social engineering. That's what it's always been. From religion to politics to business, social to the public school, social engineering. So now you're going to have a school system who is predominantly white teaching white children that are truly blackwashed, if you want to call it that. Social media has blackened them, they will say. Because your mindset is your religion, nigga. If you believe you're a drug dealer, right, that is your religion. You trying to be Trap Lord. You trying to be Chapo. You trying to be that God. You trying to be Pablo. Those were gods of that arena, right? And then a depiction of Tony Montana. You trying to be that. Because it was a reflection of that world. Life is Mount Olympus, nigga. Don't believe this is only one God. There's many. Every city got its own gods and goddesses, right? The male god and the female god, and then now the trans god. That exists in every city. Now, what are you doing to your city? Because your city is like, I look at it allegorically as the Leaning Tower of Pisa. All of y'all are in the same circle. And then it be those that are men and women at the top that are the giants. But are y'all subjugating your city and keeping them blind? It's like, nah, that'd be like me blinding myself. Imagine if I was a kid at the bottom of this and the titans in my world and everything in between is lying to me. Well, then you just building a dumb city. Nigga, it's about whose city is the most intelligent. Nigga, it's whose city is like, it's like the Mecca, the new Mecca, nigga. The new Rome. Like, I have to be there. Because what they do, what he's doing is the new way. I'm trying to learn so I can speak this new language. It's about building the new Mecca, nigga. It ain't about living in the past, nigga, being an archaeologist and digging up the grave, nigga. It's about what you building in the future, like right now. Because tomorrow is the future, nigga. And see, a lot of you, sure, your city got money. Y'all got money. Y'all got billions, millions, trillions. What are they contributing to your city? Other than just a name title. Other than just in a tax bracket. I'm doing all of this, nigga. Philosophy, poetry, music, science, fucking culture, which is what religion is. I'm building all of that. This to me is what a city is what a civilization is. But I'm doing it in a little city, nigga. When I move anywhere, I impact that city because the water that I come with is just, you know, they're going to be those that come to challenge me with their eyes and play chess. They're going to lose their chessboard. Lose your city block, nigga. Now it's under my power. Now I'm teaching it. And then those pieces that I raised within your city, they're going to be moving the tower. And then it's for them to walk out of it. Now they're existing outside of a circle of death. Another Lord walks among us. Another night, another star. Look how the team ball. Come on now. They just want to be the only one. I don't care for that. I want to be the only one shining. I want to be the only one with power, so I want to be the most specialist. I don't care about none of that. Cool shit around me because I'm a cool nigga. So when I see other cool people and they cool with me, I give them knowledge to make them cooler, and I hope they give me knowledge to keep me in that same light, to see me getting better. I have zero jealousy in me of anybody. I've never had it in my life. Never cared for it. But that's what the gods operate on. Nigga, jealousy is the Kool-Aid that they drink, nigga. Right? They see you with a new bitch, they want to be in her too. You know? So they play Game of Thrones behind you, fuck her. You don't even know they already been got together. Maybe now she birthing that nigga kid, right? Well, it's the same thing with women too. They do the same bullshit. Now you wasting your time playing that shit. I've been building a whole empire. Cause the empire is this, nigga. This is empire. Because then when other people adopt it, that becomes what? The kingdom that we share together. But this is your empire, nigga. And sometimes people don't want your empire to succeed. Cool. Continue to do what already exists. We not moving in the same dimension. Because now direction is pointless. It's what dimension is your mind in. What dimension? Or you still locked in prison? And a lot of times, I talk to people like this. They know it's true. It's as if they think I need their verification for me to understand, like to believe in myself. Nah, I don't need your verification. I'm just talking to you because I'm trying to enlighten your mind. Maybe you might not know. You know what I mean? But now I see you got me out here looking like what? The genie from Aladdin and shit. Got me looking like the genie. Woo! Any bitch I ever been with who rubbed on my lamp, aka my phallic, man, her dreams came true, man. I done took bitches from having no babies to having babies. Because I was healing their body. Nigga, when you got a positive energy and you have sex with her, even a female being around you, you heal them with your energy. So the females that I did have sex with, I was trying to bring you up to my level. Because in order for you to have a kid with me, you have to be at my vibration. But we broke up. They went on and had kids with other people when they could. The doctors had already told them they could never have kids. So I was happy for them. Because then that's when I started to realize, damn, niggas, there's been a few of these girls that would never, when I was dating them and having unprotected sex with them, they could never have kids. And then after me, they went on and had kids. I was like, something about my energy, huh? Hence why these gay niggas trying to have sex with me, like, come heal me, Lord. Nah, nigga, I only fuck with females, ho. I only fuck with females, my nigga. I don't swing the Lil Nas X way, nigga. Go over there with that. That's Lil Nas lane, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, Lil Nas, let the females come to me. You can have the boys, nigga. Because I was like, when he first came out, I was like, man, this nigga kind of look like me a little bit. Because I'm older than him, so he kind of looked like me. I was like, this nigga kind of look like me a little bit. And then at the day that his song started popping, when it was big all over the world, I had just dropped Purple Heart Highway and he dropped Old Town Road. So I was like, this is more of the music industry throwing me either people I inspired and they fighting their own wars, or the music industry sending me more soldiers to slow a nigga down. But I was like, all right, inspiration is inspiration. So I pay attention to everything around me. Yeah, because I just recorded it that night at PH Studios over in Air Park at this incredible studio by Chris. This dude named Chris got. I just recorded it that night, mixed it, dropped it, and then either the next day or the day after Old Town Road was, it blew up everywhere. Obviously, because it's the Cyrus family had also, plugged them into their system. You know what I'm saying? They probably love the song, all that stuff. So when you get plugged in, that's what music is, man. It's like if you hear something that inspires you, it doesn't mean you got to plug it in, but even sharing it on social is how you plug it into your world, into your atmosphere. Which is why I be plugging songs on my Twitter and shit like that from different walks, because it's part, I'm like, damn, it's a dope song. It's what I'm listening to right now type shit. Like if Grand Theft Auto, you know what I'm saying? This is Taz's radio on Grand Theft Auto. That's how I always started to look at it. Yo, this is the song that I'm listening to as I'm walking or driving or doing whatever. This is my radio. This is what banging through my system. So the girl in the red, my little sister Michelle put me on that. You know what I'm saying? That's like for her generation. It's like, but don't you remember when you was a kid? So it's like a lot of times people think they can't relate to those songs. It's like, I can relate to the girl in the red. You know what I'm saying? Because I was once at that age. You know what I mean? It's just when it comes to hip hop, it's, you know, things. There are some songs that are dope. You know, they're catchy. I like it. It's dope. Right? It puts me in a different, you know, state of mind. You know what I'm saying? But it's as if the whole pie of what hip hop represents shifted like overnight by no accidents though. It was by design. You know what I'm saying? It just shifted overnight, nigga. And then see, hip hop, it had stood as being, it was like South Park of music. We could talk about anything. We were South Park of music, of the music genre. We could talk about death, disease, AIDS, murder. You a faggot, you straight. We talked about whatever because it's our language. And then, oh, like blink of an eye, bro. I'm like, how did we get censored? South Park's still rolling strong. How did that happen, nigga? Oh, you don't want the black man to have a microphone because you don't want us to run our own community. That's what because hip hop became what? The hip hop guys became our presidents, our mayors, our governors, right? They became who we look to. So to interject yourself, the white businessman had to take that over and said, nah, nigga, I'm gonna dictate who gets what. That's what that meant. And then it became, all right, nigga, y'all too bravado, so we bringing in females. You know what I'm saying? Men that, you know, behave as females. That's what a female is. So you're not a male. You know what I'm saying? You're a female. Because you behave as a woman would. You put on a dress as a woman would. Even in basketball, you're a woman. You put on a dress as a woman would. You know, you're proud about it. Hey, be proud about it. But you're a woman. Like if you go to prison, like I said, in prison, what are niggas who put on wigs and who behave as women are? They're left alone to a certain degree, right? Niggas don't fuck with them. Nigga, why you beating up on the gay nigga, man? You know what I'm saying? Like that block where like looks at that certain individual a different way. They view him as a woman. So out here is no different, nigga. So you put on a dress, you a woman. No different than prison, nigga. See, that's why the hip hop having what? Freedom of speech. South Park has freedom of speech. You know, they use that to their advantage. That's how we talk in hip hop. It's all freedom of speech. I don't need a freedom to speak how I want. Because then there are different blocks in this prison that want to suffocate what a black man is. Financially, you want to suffocate us. Religiously, you've already done that, right? Anytime we have a movement, you kill that person or those people and disperse it, but then all the other shit that is against us continues to thrive. That's a fact. That's a fucking fact. So that's why I use my platform to just speak openly, man. You know? Because see, hip-hop, when we paint with words, it's like when you see a grotesque picture or a statue that's naked. It's art. It's like saying, yo, y'all rappers can't rap like that, but I can go to an R-rated movie or TVMA rated movie where there's murders, there's killings, there's death, there's profanity. That's what my parental advisory sticker is on my fucking CD. It means this is dangerous language. But I don't know why adults act like we're kids. Language is language, nigga. It paints reality. Language is language. It paints reality. This whole, oh, he cursed. You can't cuss. What? What is this? Or if I'm having a conversation with you, be it passionately or we're mad at each other, stop shouting. He was shouting at me. Call the police. We're adults. Are we in the library, nigga? You know? So you can gun us down, but I can't use profanity. I can't use bitch. I can't use shit. I can't use gay. I can't use faggot. Why? What if I'm having problems with a faggot that was thinking I was his bitch? And so I'm calling him a faggot, but I'm not calling you a faggot. Or I'm using a different definition of the word gay. Just like nigga is a different word. Like it could be like, man, them shoes is gay. Meaning they not cool. Man, that shit ain't cool. Them shoes ain't cool. I'm not talking about anybody that's homosexual. It's you using your vocabulary for your community coming into my shit trying to tell me what my vocabulary means. It means many different things. Might not mean anything that you were thinking at all. But so what? I'm describing to my children, yo, we don't do that gay shit. We don't fuck niggas in the ass. I don't care if you with your woman, you don't fuck her in the ass. I teach my child from a young age. That way then when he grows up, oh, my dad told me not to fuck nobody in their ass. So if his girl is trying to get him to fuck her in the ass, like, nah, we don't get down like that. I don't eat ass and I don't fuck ass. Simple as that. Because it's what I grew up them on. But look how the white man and white woman, you have your television. You have your social media. You are the predominant face that is on those platforms that have the highest ratings. You get to dictate when you make your TV shows, oh yeah, this character is gay. This character is a lesbian. This character is this. You get to introduce your world to our children. But I can't say a word. What the fuck is wrong with you? A picture is worth 1,000 words, is it not? A picture is worth 1,000 words. So now you have like a Brokeback Mountain scene in a TV show that my child is watching. What is that's worth more than that's more dangerous if you want to say a word is dangerous. My child seeing that is more dangerous for his psyche, especially if I haven't had that talk with him yet because he might not be mature enough yet. Right? That nigga might be might be 1, 2, 3 years old. They remember shit like that. Simple as that. So I don't operate by what white America tells me. Nigga, it's a prison system. You trying to whitewash me. Nah. And I'm not in your section trying to blackwash you at all. But you got to go out of your way to make sure. See, this is what they're actually doing with social media and just media in general. When I was a kid, I used to play this 2K game, the one that had Iverson on the cover. Remember way back when? That had Iverson on there, on the cover? I used to play that shit all the time. And then when I would get bored, I go to the sliders and put like my favorite players all the way to 99. Right? So I can just ball out all season, just shoot from like half court, all that shit. 99, 99, 99, right? That's what they're doing with social media. They're controlling the algorithm, nigga. Who got the keys to social media? They do. So do you think they want to have black personalities? Right? They gonna fucking ghost you silently, nigga. They gonna make sure it's their faces. Like, social media is so powerful. Just don't think about it in terms of likes and retweets. Think about it in terms of ability to make money, right? Because of those likes and retweets. Now it's who are the children listening to on YouTube, on Twitch, on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram. It's the control. It's white supremacy to a different level now, right? By controlling the algorithm. Oh, we don't want that guy to keep climbing. Just delete him. You'll never know. That is what is actually transpiring as I can. This is just me reasoning. Now, do I have proof? I have zero proof, right? But think about white supremacy. Think about the history. Think about just them getting mad. Why are black elves in the new Lord of the Rings? I already hate the show, and one episode hasn't even dropped yet. Why is there a black... There's a black Jedi in the Force... No, there can't be. But nigga, I gotta watch Egyptian guys and there's white niggas there. I gotta watch Cleopatra and it's a white woman. Come on now. Cut with the malarkey, as you would say. Cut it with the malarkey, nigga. This shit is too wild. But that's now bring social media into it. Is that too far-fetched for that to be a thing? Especially those of us that know, yeah, they've ghost banned us, nigga. Why? Because it's still plantation mindset. Never take yourself away from the 1800s, 1700s. Never take yourself away from that era. Because that is truly the era we're living in. And then this plantation is going to say, nah, we don't want the niggas in this city or this state to influence our children, so we want them to be banned. We don't want them niggas to fucking influence our children. So, yeah, it's like cutting off BET. Nah, I don't want BET. But now it's social media. Sure, they can control their own and be like, nah, I'm not interested in that. But now it's, nah, I don't even want our people to see it. Which would be against the internet rules, right? If ever there were laws, right? Because then it'd almost be like China and like North Korea dictating, you know, what you can see on the internet, what you can't. Which is why it's dangerous that they even have those keys, right? Even when they took Trump off, I was like, nah, that's dangerous. Because it's, look where that snowball effect of what was already transpiring versus what they could do moving in the future. Nah, the internet should be like traffic when I drive outside, nigga. Otherwise, don't fucking put your social media on it. If a motherfucker doesn't want to hear what I gotta say, you created something beautiful. I block you. Simple as that. That person then gets to dictate who they don't want to see in that world. At least on that account. So then if a motherfucker wants to create more accounts to harass this person for whatever reason, they got their own beef, right? Then they can just ignore that person or delete the app. That's what the internet rules should be, nigga. Because then when you start saying, oh yeah, we don't like Trump because it's racism being spewed. So what, nigga? The whole system is racism. At least the motherfucker can speak on his platform. If you say it's racism, it's right there, nigga. Niggas know who he is then. Right? Because then it becomes dangerous of what you're gonna do moving forward. And then Congress holding as if we're children. Oh yeah, we need Mark Zuckerberg. We need the CEO Jack Dorsey. You guys gotta come over here. All serious. Nigga, the internet is the Wild Wild West, as it should be. Because guess what happened? During the times of what? The Me Too movement, that became a powerful tool. And that's what they was doing. They was trying to cover their own asses. Oh, I don't want them to be able to tweet. Because guess what? A lot of the times, these men and women that became victims of such people, those people had all the power in the world because everything was happening behind the scenes in the dark, right? It's like when your abuser's in the house with you and you're afraid of them, they have all the power. But then when you have a way you can speak out, sometimes you can't speak in your city. Your city is in on it. The police, the judges, the whole fucking Game of Thrones in your city that you know. Right? Your whole city is in on it. So Twitter and things like that become what? Your outlet. So then these motherfuckers knew that. Oh shit, I don't want them to have an outlet. Right? That way I can keep pressure on them in the city. Right? Because who are they going to talk to on Facebook? It's just more of the same fucking faces. Which is why Twitter is better. You know what I'm saying? It's outside your city because a lot of times people don't fuck with you in your own city. So cool. I'm not even going to write anything for the city then. Y'all have who you have. You have your champions. I'm not one of those. Right? It's like I became one of our ball players for our city. Because that's what you got to look at. Every city is a different team. Right? You do not. The other states, sure, you can learn from them, but that's like another prison block, nigga. Them niggas, they trying to stun on you. And then here I come balling for our city, our state. Still trying to reach out to others. Like I'm seeing them as, yo, we could be comrades in this shit, right? But then my own city was blackballing me. That means you blackballing yourself, nigga, because then you just kill your own shine, right? Nigga, I was hitting incredible shots, nigga. It is what it is, nigga. I don't need your love, nigga. Now we separated. Now you really seeing what the team is like without Taz, nigga, shooting for us, nigga. At night, nigga. This is what he was doing every day at night while we was killing him and bringing in enemies to murder him out. Now you got to go through it without me, nigga. Good luck. Sub-Zero with it, nigga. Made it through the coldest nights on my own. God did that, nigga. That's my life. Sub-Zero with it, nigga. I know why they made the Sub-Zero, they brought back fucking Mortal Kombat, because that's what every night was a Mortal Kombat for me, every day. And then I took on the Sub-Zero persona. That song came out long before the movie came, nigga. And then what, they kill Sub-Zero? Come on now, nigga. They kill me, nigga. I am the Night King, nigga. You thought I died, nigga? I was just going to another layer of the chessboard. What sense would it make for me to get stabbed and my whole army die? What sense would it make? And yes, just like the Night Kings, they put a knife right in my chest. That's the pain that I had to battle through every day. Every day. That's like the wound that you're not supposed to wake up from. That you're not supposed to fight through. Putting a knife in a nigga chest like it's lodged in there. That's what them witches did to me in my city. Around there, all of them covenants come together to keep a nigga down. Now they're fucked. Nigga, Game of Thrones, you thought the Night King died? You looking at him. I just elevated to another floor, nigga. Another floor, nigga. I too have a dire wolf. And I have my wolf dreams. They will call it working. I do that. That's why a lot of times when I call myself a dream walker, another aspect of it is when I'm walking through. I have wolves that I communicate with. See, I'm just giving you the Game of Thrones didn't end when the dragon picked up Targaryens and flew away. Nigga, this is Game of Thrones. Every city, nigga, every state. Can you trust your governor or mayor to make you through the storm? Your city council? Your local billionaires? Your federal government? And then that's just a war in our castle, which is why I was speaking truthfully, because only way to settle the beef in the house is to talk about it. Because then there's the war outside our country. And do you think I'm going to help y'all after what y'all put me through? Hell to the nah, nigga. Looking out for me, myself, and I. Simple as that. So every night when them raids come, you got the war in the house, war outside. Don't even look me in the eye and say, please, LeBron, come back to Cleveland. Taz, come back to Nebraska. Nigga, for what, nigga? Come back for the red, white, and blue. Nigga, I did that shit, nigga. The whole time I'm in the Marine Corps fighting, y'all doing this to us. How do you think I feel? Think about it like that. A nigga came into the house, was fighting for the country, went tour after tour after tour. And this is what they was doing to him the whole time and his people. Simple as that. Simple as that. Oh, I guess you guys are the shiestiest, huh? You know, like Michael Jordan, I took that personally. Whole time I'm deploying, I'm doing all this shit. And that's what y'all was doing beneath me, around me, above me. I took it personally. Oh, I'm going to enjoy every night. Trust me. Trust me. I took it personally. I really did. This is when Taz takes shit personal. Now it's no longer just funny. But when I'm personal with it, man, I just become a bigger comedian, don't I? I took it personally. I like that about you. You make it easier not to give a fuck. You made it the easiest. When I take shit personal, I'm not even off my element. Now it's just you get to see John Rambo. You get to see me sharpen the blade. You just practice. That's all. You just practice for the next idiot. That's all. I'm just going through the bottom gym leaders to get to the top gym leader. Right? To take out like Pokemon. That's how I'm seeing you niggas. I said your little minions. I'm getting through the minions to get to the head of the gym. And then from the gym, I'm going to all the other gyms. I'm going to go to the elite. And everybody's getting waxed out. Melt away from me. There is no more fun with me. You heard me? Damn, I even look green too. I like this. I like this. So go ahead, call me Two-Faced Taz. That's what I call myself too. It's my other name. Because apparently I'm two-faced. How can somebody be two-faced when they're talking about everything that they are about? You're the one that's two-faced, nigga. But that's why I like the name Two-Faced Taz. Because now you get to see that other side of me. Nigga, I took it personal.